Hi, welcome to Airplay. I'm Coni Koepfinger. We're going to do things a little differently today with Christy Donahue, who's going to be reading our poem today. Our play. Our play is about a poem. So, Christy, tell me about the monologue. Actors are always searching for the perfect monologue. You go to auditions, you have to have monologues, classic, modern. Tell us a little bit how you feel about monologues.
That's actually something I've struggled with, finding the one monologue or a couple monologues that I feel really comfortable with. To me, it's important. I understand you have to have a classical monologue. Happily, so far, I have not needed that because I don't have one. But I feel like it's got to be something you're comfortable with, something that resonates with you, something you're excited about and can believe in, for it to show, for your strengths to show through, and for your character to be engaging and real.
Absolutely. And, it's not just about, the monologue has become its own art form. It always was. And the interesting thing is that since the beginning of time, since the beginning of recorded theater, we have focused on the monologue. Shakespeare, the Greeks, these are amazing monologues that do indeed show character, show strong character. And we get to learn what a character is about when we hear this monologue. Oh, to be or not to be. This is Hamlet's reflection on suicide. It's really deep, but they also need to fit in with the plot of the play. But now we're doing this whole thing now where we're just writing monologues. And I think that's good for strength. Yeah. But sometimes you just have to put your own ideas together and put your own ideas out there when you don't have more of a backstory. Right. So tell us about the monologue you're going to read today. Our playwright sweetheart, the queen of monologues, Shirley King, is back. And tell us a little bit about Shirley's monologue today.
I love Shirley's writing. She captures people in a very real way, and I always understand her characters, and they come pretty naturally to me. So today's monologue, and also one of the things I like doing about Airplay, is I'm playing a younger person. Amy is probably in high school, and Amy is very sick. She's fighting cancer, and things are not looking good, and her way of coping with it and being courageous is by writing poetry. And she's been told by a teacher that her poems are more verses because they don't follow the format, they don't rhyme, but Amy doesn't care, and she's not letting that stop her, much the way I feel like she's navigating her illness.
Excellent. Shakespeare said we should never analyze a sonnet.
No,
my one teacher, one of my daughter's teachers was criticizing poems of the students. She had them writing sonnets, and at the very end of the poem, my daughter wrote a poem about dance, and she said, "When I dance, I feel I am myself." And the teacher circled it and said, "This doesn't make sense." And I sat there and said, "Oh my God." So I looked up in the volume of Shakespeare's anthologies, his huge biography that he wrote about himself, his autobiography and his notes on his sonnets. And he said, you should never criticize a sonnet because it's just from the heart. Should come from the heart. They followed form, but the content really should fit the form. So that's what's so neat about poetry. Well, thank you so much. And today's show is The Blahs. Is that the name of it?
Yes, The Blahs.
Yes,
yeah.
The Blahs. Without further ado, here we go. Christy Donahue with Shirley King's The Blahs.
Know how you get the blahs sometimes? That's what my mom calls it, the blahs. Well, today I'm on my way to get treated for the blahs again. I was having trouble getting dressed because, what should I wear? Nothing looks right. Maybe because I've dropped a few pounds. Okay, more than a few. Pants and a big sweater so I can hide my ribs sticking out a mile. I pinned the pants so they wouldn't fall down. Want the funny side? Losing my pants at the clinic might be wicked cooler. Well, okay, not even close. But the doctor might laugh. Even I might laugh. Probably not Mom. Lately, she's serious at trying to hide it, you know? That cheerful voice that starts to break if she's not careful. If I've got time, I want to be a poet. My English teacher says what I write are verses, but I don't care. I mean, they seem like poems to me. I mean, words that rhyme, sometimes. Last night, I looked up the word navigate after my dad said, "Let's navigate this in the most hopeful way." That's sailor talk because Dad was in the Navy. Navigate, setting and holding a course like sailors do. Well, that's sort of what I'm doing. Mom said something about lifespan. I don't think I want to go into that. So anyway, I'm dressed now. Yeah, I know, a cap might look better and nobody wears a turban except fortune tellers, but hey, this is what I like to call styling. Before all this, I just wanted to blend in, like the polar bears and those whiteout blizzards on Animal Planet. Well, you can forget that. No way am I blending in now. My friend Caitlin keeps asking, "What's wrong with you?" Well, I've got something I can't even pronounce, so I tell her it's a bone marrow problem. I don't say malignancy because that sounds way too serious. I keep hoping my hair grows back blonde. Never been a blonde. Wouldn't that be cool? So what should I take to the clinic to read? This copy of Love Story I found in my mom's bookcase. You know that story. Love means never having to say you're sorry. I don't quite get that. Seems to me saying you're sorry is not such a bad thing when you love someone. Mom keeps saying it when she accidentally drops a dish in the kitchen, like it's something to do with me. Maybe it is. She's really jumpy these days. I keep telling Mom it's okay, even if some days it's totally not okay. I mean, losing my lunch is not so good, but that's nobody's fault, right? Mom says she's sorry for that too. Sometimes I wish she could go back to being the mom I used to have. The one who got on my case for having a messy room or not feeding Molly or Beagle or not finishing my homework. At the time, I thought she was being way too harsh. Not now. Now I know she was just being a regular mom. Okay, gotta go. Mom's waiting. But first, here's a poem I wrote last night. Time is what I hope I have while navigating life and all, and I will do the best I can to outspend time and not get small and disappear. It doesn't all rhyme? That's okay. I'll work on it. I've got time.